This is the iPhone 10, a step into the future. What's up guys, this is AK and in today's video we are looking at the phone we all have been waiting for. This is the iPhone 10. After recycling that same iPhone 6 design for a few years, iPhone 10, which was released alongside the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus, finally brings something new to the table which feels like a breath of fresh air. If you haven't checked out my iPhone 8 review yet, I suggest you check it out. The link will be in the description box below. And before we start, let me just share with you guys, the new iPhone isn't supposed to be called iPhone X. It is supposed to be called iPhone 10. Calling it the iPhone X is the same as calling Iron Man's Mark V Iron Man Mark V, which isn't correct. Similarly, the iPhone 10 shouldn't be pronounced as iPhone X. Now that we have gotten that out of the way, let's jump into the review. So first of all, let's talk about the design. Design is probably the biggest change on the iPhone 10. We now have a 5.8-inch edge-to-edge AMOLED display without the presence of a home button. The good thing about the new design is the bezels have shrunk by a lot. Even though the phone is not completely bezel-less like the Samsung Galaxy S8, it is still a huge leap forward for Apple. And because we have an AMOLED display now, individual pixels have the ability to turn off, which means if you're looking at something that has the color black in it, the pixels will turn off completely instead of reproducing the color black like it previously did with the LCD displays. So basically what you're getting is true black. Apart from that edge-to-edge display, the iPhone 10 has a notch on the top which has many tiny sensors built into it, like the proximity sensor, the dot projector and the front-facing camera. But trust me, once you start using the iPhone 10 and you get used to it, which won't take long, you won't even notice the notch. The iPhone 10 has glass both on the front and the back of the phone and has a stainless steel band running on the sides, which makes the phone look phenomenal, a lot like the much loved iPhone 4. One advantage of having a glass back is now you can charge your phone wirelessly with any Qi standard wireless charger. So overall the iPhone 10 has a larger screen but a smaller body than the iPhone 8 Plus. So size wise it falls right between the iPhone 8 and iPhone 8 Plus. Now let's talk about the internals. The iPhone 10 has the same new A11 Bionic chip inside, just like the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus. The A11 Bionic chip gives you some great performance with its 2 performance cores, 4 high efficiency cores and a 6-core CPU with 4.3 billion transistors. Not to forget the Apple designed GPU, which is 30% faster on the Apple A11 Bionic chip as compared to the Apple A10 Fusion chip, which means your games and graphic intensive apps are going to look much better on the iPhone 10 as compared to the iPhone 7. The iPhone 10 has a 2716 mAh battery inside, which is larger than the iPhone 8 Plus. Now you would say, I would go with the Samsung Galaxy S8 because it has a 3500 mAh battery. But let me tell you, it's not always about the battery capacity. It is also about the optimization. And with the iPhone 10, you're getting some great optimization. Now as I said, the iPhone 10 does not have a home button, which means navigating through the new iPhone 10 is not the same as it previously was. There are a couple of new gestures you need to know in order to navigate through the new iPhone 10. Now I have already made a full video on all the gestures you need to know in order to use the iPhone 10. If you haven't checked out that video yet, the link will be in the description box below. The gestures are easy to remember and you'll get used to it in no time. Face ID is a new feature on the iPhone 10 which completely replaces Touch ID. And Apple says it is harder to trick as compared to Touch ID. Now when it was first shown on stage, there were many questions like, can it be tricked with a photo of you or can someone unlock your phone while you're asleep? The answer to that is no. Face ID can detect a difference between a 2D image and a 3D image, which means no one can unlock your phone with a photo or video of you. And also Face ID knows when you are asleep, so don't worry, no one will be able to unlock your phone when you are sleeping. One area where Face ID fails is when it comes to twins. So many people on YouTube have tried to trick Face ID, and to be honest, it did really well. I'll leave links to some of those videos in the description box below. One thing that was bugging me personally is, will you be able to unlock the phone when your phone is lying flat on the table? The answer to that is yes. You can unlock your iPhone when it's lying flat on the table, and you don't necessarily need to be holding it up to your face. Moving on, let's have a look at the camera. So on the front you have a 7 megapixel camera with an f2.2 aperture, and on the rear you have a dual lens camera system with the wide angle lens having an f1.8 aperture and the telephoto lens having an f2.4 aperture. The most obvious change on the iPhone X camera is that now it's vertical. Both the front-facing camera and the rear-facing camera on the iPhone X have the portrait lighting feature, which means you can get those awesome shots even from your front-facing camera. The camera comes with optical image stabilization, which means your videos are going to turn out to be really smooth on the iPhone X. The camera can shoot at a frame rate of 4K at 60 frames per second.
Ho ho ho!
Just like the iPhone 8, which even the most high-end DSLRs can't shoot at. Animojis is a new iPhone X exclusive feature. It is basically animated emojis which make the use of the front-facing camera to track 50 muscle movements in your face and animate the emojis according to it. Animojis can be used as stickers, or you can hit the record button and record your facial expression along with your voice. After that, you can share it with your family and friends through iMessage. And to be honest, it is a really fun feature to use and you should try it. So overall, the iPhone X is a great phone with a fresh, new and amazing design. iOS 11 runs really smoothly on the iPhone X, and the camera takes crispy, sharp images with an insanely high dynamic range. The battery is very well optimized and is really impressive. The AMOLED panel is top-notch and really colorful. Is the iPhone X worth it? Well, with features like Face ID which can't be tricked with a photo of you and all that hard work that has gone into making this phone what it is, I think it's actually worth the price tag. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'll be more than happy to know your opinion. Drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and check out my other videos. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at AKTechSpot, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.